that it discusses and engages with each other as well as with us on a daily basis.
We want to work with the same clients. We are really not very interested in going on a carpet bombing exercise where we have a client list of 2,000 people, 2,000 clients, 2,000 organizations. We can't reach them all.
Sure.
We'd much rather work with, and
few
this is what is
clients
interesting. Yes, we've had, we've been working with 30, with some clients over 30 years, one or two over 40 years. The Taj, for example, has been a client since 87. It's a long, long time.
It's a long time.
And we want to see the same people going up the ladder, working with them, that is what we really want to do.
For instance, we've trained people in Bangalore where they were at the level of an entering executive. Some of them are CEOs of today of those organizations. And to see that whole journey complete and to remain connected through that journey automatically means that not only the participant but the client also is continuously satisfied with your work. He sees a visible performance difference. Otherwise, why would they engage you again? You've got all these little self-taught trainers coming through, single one-man organizations coming up, mushrooming all over the place, who think that, okay, if I've read the book and if I can make a PowerPoint presentation, I can go out and train. Training is a very, you talked about passion earlier. Training requires passion, training requires dedication, training requires single-minded engagement. For it to be something that you can enjoy doing, because you meet new people, new ideas, new methods all the time, and you have to remain connected. And one of the things that this follow-up does for us is that it keeps us connected with what's going on.
And we love to be, we love our clients.
No, I know.
We love our participants.
I probably are one such example maybe of your follow-up is because I remember after I went through your earlier programs, and every time you stopped by the hotel, whether officially or unofficially, you would always ask me a question to check to see whether I had implemented something that you had that we went through in the earlier program, whether it was implemented in the hotel or not, in some form, in some direction, and whatever else. And I would shy away after a couple of questions, is because I knew I had achieved some and not achieved the rest. But yes, but that kind of drove me to kind of ensure that
you're on the track.
If nothing at all, then it drove me to kind of understand that this is what I was taught, and this is, after being taught, it's always a better option to be able to implement it, because it eases down your work and it gives you better results.
Exactly.
As trainers, we really care for our clients and participants. We care for, and we are very confident that the solution we've selected is right for the organization, its people and its customers. And we are very serious about getting it implemented because we know that it will work.
And that's why there's another point about feedback. We are very, very serious about the feedback. And we take our feedback from clients and participants very seriously. We learn from it. We access it continuously. So let's say in one program you've sat with us and you've said, this thing didn't work. We will make sure that when you come in for a second engagement with us, we made sure that worked for you.
Right.
Learning is a continuous process, and feedback for us is a gift.
See, the training manager or the general manager brings us in, and for him or for them, feedback is important, because we will come in, conduct a training program and go away.
Yes.
But the training manager has to face his participants.
Yes.
24/7, 365. And therefore, if we do a bad job, the poor guy is in trouble or the poor woman is in trouble.
But have you received any bad feedback, or have you ever got any bad feedback?
Well, bad feedback because we conducted a bad program, thank God, never so far.
Okay.
But have we received bad feedback? The answer to that has to be yes. The reason being that sometimes we are called in to deliver a message that the management does not want to deliver.
That's
And-
also possible.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
yes.
actually possible.
That's
Yes.
actually possible. So we had, for example, I don't know whether I should tell you this or not, but a one-time Prime Minister of the country had a car which
Okay.
he loved to work on himself. And the company that had sold it to him had trained a mechanic to work on that car. So you had the mechanic and the Prime Minister of the country working together on the car almost every Sunday. The two built a bond, and the mechanic became almost uncontrollable. But he was not replaceable.
Yes.
Now, we were called in to train that guy.
That's what 40 years does. Right? You get the most unusual situations.
And we
And
love it, we
requests.
thrive on it.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
absolutely thrive on it.
Sometimes I think negative feedback is better feedback than positive feedback.
It's a gift. All feedback
Yeah.
is a gift.
It
Negative
teaches-
feedback
it
makes us
teaches
so
you
much better.
It makes you so much more better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You learn from it. You make, obviously you're human and you will not have anticipated everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes typically the negative feedback, so to speak, you get is if you missed a point,
Yes.
something that a participant deeply wanted to learn, and that was not part of the planning structure because it was not brought up either by the participant as a need or by the training manager as a need, and that got missed, and then while you were in the interaction it came up,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you didn't have the time to, because you have limited time in which you train, right? So that kind of could happen at times.
So in a nutshell, okay, or in summary, okay, how would you put all of this that we spoke about into perspective?
Select the content very, very carefully. Remember, when you give us 20 or 30 of your people, you are giving us their minds and hearts to work with. They deserve the best. And they deserve something that they can understand easily. It's our job as trainers to make sure that they understand it easily. So, select content very carefully.
Okay.
Make sure that they learn it easily. They learn it.
Sure.
Make sure that you don't stop at that level, but keep following it up forever till it becomes part of the system, and hold yourself responsible for results, not just
Right.
delivering a lecture
Right. Right.
or a presentation. According to me, that's the
Yes, I would
process.
say that's basically saying it all. Thank you, Melvyn. Thank you for giving us your time.
No, it was lovely talking to the two of you. For the first time, I have been on the other side of the table, asking all these questions and wanting you to answer all of these questions. So it has been my pleasure to kind of
Thank you.
Thank you.